Come on. Come on. 50 Cal, welcome buddy, how are we doing? Thank you for joining me. Thank you for sharing 50 Cal. Beautiful friend. This is the end. My only friend. The end of our elaborate plans. The end of everything that stands. The end. No safety. I just think this is the best song for this week ever. I'll never look into your eyes again. I love it. Love it. Can you picture what will be so limitless and free? Yes, mate. Dawes and Morrison gone too early, absolutely. Change the red to a shit sea of green. I could do that. Abracadabra. Check that out. Sorry guys. Get your LP off. So, right, I've changed the red to a sea of green. What's next? Wine, what with the wine? What should I do? KuCoin open up futures on USDC. How crazy is that? To be fair, I think MEXC were doing futures on USDC. And someone jokingly said to me a couple of weeks ago, I'm going to short USDC. Damn, they were right. They were right. Can you imagine? Topping up on XLM, XRP, bags already stacked, Bitcoin to 14k. Let's have a look and check in on Bitcoin. I've got lots of support lines, so I can't possibly be wrong. So this is that main line that I was worried about, this 19.7 line. We have kind of bounced off there. I'm going to zoom in a little bit onto the hourly chart just to see how the hourly is playing out on this support line. So you can see here we just dipped a bit below it, but we have bounced. So we're on, we're coming back up on the hourly. That's good. Stochastic RSI is getting up higher. But yeah, I mean, generally, considering we're saying that Silvergate has gone to the wall and stablecoins are really suffering, I don't think this is bad. I honestly don't. I think we'll see a lot of stuff come out. Silvergate is the second biggest bank collapse in USDC. So, you know, it's the biggest since 2008. So, it's going to have severe repercussions, and it is affecting the on-ramp for crypto. It was the US crypto bank, so we'll have to see what's going on. Music is loud. Yeah, I've turned it down, dude. Sorry about that. I was having a laugh when I first came in. We were playing a bit of The Doors. And I've now got an Eskimo digging for ice in the same room.
Sorry, I need some ice on my drink.
I'm gonna wait for the storm to pass. I thought she was Snow White, not one of the dwarves.
This is the end, beautiful friend. This is the end.
His production's not going as well as I thought it would go.
My only friend, the end
Mother shipping over the US and crypto will be falling. Tango Mike, welcome, buddy. How we doing? Bitcoin will fight to hold. That music is too loud. Okay, the music's going off, man. That's it. I've had my laugh. I've played the end. We're done. That's what you get when you play with knives. Honestly, she's worse than the kids. Don't give her a knife. How's that? Is that better? Can you hear me now? Now that the music's gone. I'm going to get ice chucked at me. She wouldn't waste it. She wouldn't waste it. Right, so yeah, so Bitcoin, I've just zoomed out to the 4 hourly. Bitcoin, we hit our support level, and we have bounced back up despite all the news and the fun with regards to Silvergate. We've got USDC depegged, we've got DAI depegged, we've got Binance USD struggling, we've got Paxos coin struggling as well. We got a lot of stable coins really struggling to peg. Anything that had any of its reserves or capital in Silvergate is going to have some issues. The good thing about all of these coins, though, USDT at the moment, to the best of my knowledge, is largely unaffected. But the best thing about these coins is these coins are these will be able to repeg. I mean, they'll take some capital injection, but it will be able to repeg. This is the end, my friend. We talk about USDC. We are indeed USDC in big, big trouble. And funnily enough, I don't have a chart on USDC. So let's get a chart on USDC. The good thing is, I mean, when I woke up and I checked the chart, USDC was actually at 88 cents. It had severely depegged. The only problem that I think we might have now is if we look at USDC, come on, just give me USDC against USDT value. There we go. We'll go with a MEXC one. MEXC is okay. We'll go with that. So USDC here, according to the MEXC, I mean, this should be a beautiful flat line. It is not. Let's go against ETH as well. Let's get rid of that. I don't want that one. Let's go USDC. I want a decent USDC. USDT, USD. Yeah, that's the one. I don't want perpetuals. Spot. USDC, USDT. We'll have that one. Boom. So there we go. So we had some volatility for sure. I mean, it's been really, really bad. And this is by market cap. But you can see here how bad it dived. And it is recovering. You know, it's not as bad as we all think. It's against the market. Against the market, it's not actually too bad. But yeah, I mean, you know, stable coins, we need to have a good thing about stable coins. USDC wasn't really their fault. It was the way the banks done it. The banks have let them down. But this was the crypto-friendly bank. This was the one that we were all using. Riders on the Storm. What a great trick. Do you know what? I might do Doors intros. I mean, that could be a great call. That could be a great call. Show my age, but show how damn cool I am. DAI facts, USDC fell 20%. Yeah, I mean, it's scary, scary stuff, man. I mean, if we go, probably actually the best place to go and have a look at stuff like that is USDC, because it just gives you the value against the dollar. So USDC on CMC. That's not my hair getting in my face, clearly. There's something flying around. So you can see here, I mean, we were going along quite nicely, and we went down to 88 cents. That's a severe depeg. We're already back up to 98, so we can see it's recovering. My only fear with USDC is that people are playing the perpetuals game. So oddly enough, we'll see masses and masses and masses of people buying USDC, wait for it to repeg, and then dump it, having made their 12, 13% gains. And they might even be playing the futures game. So there could be a huge amount of USDC and other stable coins in this bag that get dumped, which could cause another run on USDC. It could be perpetual. So we really don't know the full extent of the damage that's being done right now. What do you got? What have you stolen there? It's your tablet, you done dog. I'm glad I went to do that because my dog had just stolen all of her tablets and she was about to eat the bloody lot. That would not have been a good thing. The Kanzi, welcome, buddy. I hope you're very well. Twitter Space starts in half an hour. All are welcome. I will probably be jumping off and listening in, but I probably won't be taking part at the moment. Strong, stable coins, more like wibbly wobbly coins. What will happen on one day when banks open? Someone else mentioned actually the timing of this. It's funny that it happened and it was announced on a Friday, because we, the retail traders, can't go in to the bank to try and run our money out. So it's always on a Friday. These big things always happen on a Friday. It's crazy. Monday's going to be really interesting. I think you're right, but I think probably everything that was going to happen has already happened in the background. Toafty, how are we doing, buddy? From GLE, welcome, buddy. Green Life Energy, fantastic project. I need to check in with you guys, actually. I've got to be honest with you. I've taken my finger off the pulse a little bit, so I need to bring myself up to speed and see what you guys are doing. So I will be checking in with you guys very, very soon. Friday is a great day to announce bad news. It sure is, because we can't do nothing about it. News for the classes, then news for the masses. Exactly. Yeah. Things will have already been decided on. We've got to remember as well, apparently Silvergate did do things properly. They notified the SEC a while ago that they might be in trouble. Venture Capitalist, how are we doing, buddy? Good to see you. I hope you're very, very well. Handsome, I don't know about that. I feel very, very tired today, buddy. Very, very tired. I'm about to get a lot more tired. Thank you for the roses. Crypto Logic John in the house. How we doing, buddy? My fellow ape. How we doing? I need to check in with you guys as well today. I've actually had a proper down day in crypto. I hadn't really done anything at all with crypto until about an hour ago. So I just banged out a couple of silly little videos and then jumped on live. But yeah, thank you for the support, guys. Thank you for being here. It's great. Crypto Logic John, thank you for the roses, brother. Appreciate your support here. As I said, I'm a big supporter of the Core Apes Club NFT. Looking forward to seeing what happens there. Massive things possible with the Core network. When a CEO sells their shares 23 days ago, that's a big red flag. I did not know that. So the Silvergate CEO sold their shares 23 days ago. That is probably one of the biggest red flags you could ever have. Absolutely, King Kong. I agree. Which of the videos are silly so we can avoid them? Basically the last two. Not the last two. One was slightly more informative. The other one was just literally flashing through pages. I don't do those too often unless I haven't got a lot of time on my hands. But it's just to keep the TikTok algorithm going over. I've done 2 videos today, but they're quick videos. One's just a summary of a news article with regards to Silvergate. The other one's just flashcards of Silvergate to the end by the doors. There we go. Hence the link. But yeah, I mean, I just thought it was either the doors the end or Devochka the end, and I thought no one's going to really get Devochka unless they're a Gears of War fan. I thought probably on crypto there's a lot of Gears of War fans, but probably not enough. I don't know if anyone's ever heard that, by the way. Devochka the end. It was an advertisement, I think, for Gears of War 3. It's a banger of a tune. It just builds and builds and builds, in my opinion. It's not rap. It ain't gangster, but I liked it. Right, let's get back to the market. Okay, so the last 5 minutes, we have got some green, so that's not bad. GMX leading the way for the last 5 minutes. That's good. I like a bit of GMX. Moon River's moving as well. I mean, it's only 5 minutes. Let's go to 15 minutes. GMX still recovering well over the last 15. That's cool. Excellent. Yep, so we're still seeing mostly green. In the last hour as well. Yeah, so for the whole hour now, we've seen a bit of green. That's encouraging. And like I said, with regards to kind of Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin, it's odd that we've had all this really bad news. We have taken a bit of a nosedive, of course, but we're holding this support at 19.7. that support's held, and we've bounced back up. The stochastic RSI on the daily is really, really low as well. So we need to see what happens with the fallout from Silvergate. I think this 19k is probably at risk, depending on what happens on Monday. But then also we've got these lower levels around about 17. That's, I think, the next area of interest down. So we could lose 19, and we've got a buffer of 2k, but that could come down quite quickly. I mean, look at the gap here on Bitcoin. You know, in a matter of 3-4 days, we shot up a long, long way, which means we can come down just as fast, if not faster. Love a bit of Gears of War. This is it. Gears of War, man, was a great, great, great game. I love it. And I know gaming's evolved a lot since then, but there's nothing better than chugging around a machine gun that's got a chainsaw on the end of it. How cool is that? Linkin Park in the end also. Or Linkin Park, yeah, in the end, yeah, absolutely. That's a banging tune as well. If you like a bit of punk rock, yeah, definitely Linkin Park is there. But yeah, I went for the classier options, the Doors, because I'm old. But as I said, it was either that or Dvochka. Now, not many people know who Dvochka are. I only know who Dvochka is because of Gears of War 3. That's the only reason why I know it as well. Tap's up. Tap had to see some upside eventually. I mean, Tap's been doing really badly, man. I'm so glad I sold out of that. I mean, XTP, look at that. That's just, it sucks, man. It's down 66%. I mean, it's now at 0.6 cents against the US dollar, and it was at 1.8. And I'll tell you what, if it comes down, I will buy. I will, because I mean, this is basically going to be cheaper than where I bought it in the first place, and they've still probably got a Bitfinex partnership to announce at the end of the month. They're already using the payment cards. We'll start seeing revenue come through from that soon. So Tap's an interesting one. I think DAFI, Daffy, whatever you want to call it, that's another interesting one. Again, I've dumped that as well with that Martini Guy's call. I made some money on it, but I don't really like it. I've got better options that I can play around with. I mean, look how volatile that is. I mean, it's just sells everywhere. There's massive, massive gaps all over the place. There's some huge bag holders playing around with Daffy. Thank you for smashing the likes, people. I do appreciate that support. I know it's Saturday evening. I know it's not a great day in crypto, so you probably don't want to be seeing all of this sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, I don't think at the moment Silvergate's as bad as we think it could be. I personally think we'll see some FUD Monday for sure when the market's open and they have a chance to react. But I'm hoping we hold the 19k. If we don't, we could come down to 17. But for me as a long-term investor, that what is 17k? 17k is a buying opportunity. So I'll carry on going on DCA. 30% tax on Bitcoin mining. Think it spells the death of Bitcoin. Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin, a 30% tax on mining Bitcoin is pretty gross. It's not really a huge industry in the UK. I don't know where that 30% tax is lying. Is that US or UK or Europe? I don't know. But I mean, anyone that puts a 30% tax on Bitcoin mining, saying you're mining it for free, you're getting it out of thin air, we're going to tax you heavily. They've forgotten about the tax they're already paying on their utilities, their electrics, all that kind of stuff. It's only a matter of... Where's that? It's only a matter of time until USD is replaced by Floki. I'm not even going to say anything. USA 30% tax on Bitcoin mining. Yeah, that could spell trouble. I'm quite surprised that the Nordic states don't do a lot more Bitcoin mining. They got all the geothermal electrics that they could use. I think China and Russia have got cheap electric. USA really don't seem to want crypto to happen at all. But they're just going to get left behind. Hex, the ultimate. I'll tell you what. I mean, we all have a moan about Hex, but I'll tell you what. You look at the charts, right? Right. You look at the charts for this month. Is Richard Hart wrong? There's not a lot of green in there. Hex still performing. Now, of course, if we go out to the year, it's down. But is it down as much as everything else? No. It really isn't. Casper, huge run. Ajax, huge run. GMX, huge run. Bone, huge run. Deep Brain Chain, huge run. Nice. XTP, huge run. These are all things that have seen narratives. Hex hasn't seen a narrative. Yeah, for the month, it's one of the best performers. So we can call Hex a Ponzi all we like. We could not like it all we like, but Hex is performing, and it usually does consistently perform. You love Hex almost as much as Brandon. Come on, how can he manipulate? He can manipulate anyone. This is the problem with a lot of the cryptos. They can all be manipulated in some way. There's very, very few that can't be manipulated or aren't susceptible to some form of manipulation. Thoughts on Litecoin? Litecoin always compared to Bitcoin's gold, Litecoin's silver. Litecoin is also on the same kind of build as Doge. I know a lot of people that like Litecoin, and they would probably continue to mine it. It's a decent market cap. It is a miner's project, I think, more than anything else. Litecoin's got a lot of use case, but I do think it's a revenue stream for miners, and it's probably heavily marketed by some of the big players. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Litecoin. I've got to be honest with you. I don't know an awful lot about it technically. I just think anything that's mined and doesn't really seem to do an awful lot in the market, it's just manipulation, marketing. Closer to 80% now, and it's not Richard's wallet. Dogelon Mars, New World Order. Yeah, okay. Oh dear. We're going down the meme coin route tonight, are we? What's happened in the market? Right, okay, for those of you who aren't aware, there was an event with Silvergate Bank. Silvergate Bank are basically the biggest crypto-friendly bank in the US. They've gone into liquidation. So basically, a lot of the stablecoins held funds with Silvergate, which means that there's been a run on the stablecoins, which obviously means that they've had liquidity issues. USDC being the worst off, but also DAI's depegged. Pax has depegged. BUSD's depegged slightly as well. Not enormously, but slightly. The only survivor, which is a real shocker, I say survivor, the only one that hasn't seriously depegged, the only one that seriously hasn't depegged is USDT. Last time I looked about an hour ago, USDT was still fine. So there we go. So it's actually over liquidated at the moment. So it's worth $1.01. So if you exchange to USDT at the moment, you're not getting value for money, but that's probably deliberate. They've probably over collateralized it so that you're paying more for USDT, knowing that everyone's going to it. Everyone's running to it. Have to laugh. It's been the maddest week in crypto you've ever seen. It's pretty damn close. I mean, it's pretty damn close. I mean, Silvergate is the second biggest bank in US history to go under. So it's the crypto friendly bank. We're going to lose a lot of on ramps, a lot of off ramps, a lot of stable coins. From what I've heard before, they're not necessarily illiquid. The bank hold a lot of their assets in bonds, which they've had to sell cheap, which has caused other issues as well. So they're kind of just covering cracks day to day. So they were going to go to the wall, but they can probably pay back all the creditors, just not on demand. And therefore, they are illiquid. Surely the market would really drop instead of going up. Well, this is the funny thing, see, that the market should really drop instead of going up. But what's happened is that people don't necessarily want to take their money out of crypto. So when you don't trust stablecoins, what do? You buy other assets. So people might be buying XRP, they might be buying XLM, they might be buying Bitcoin, things that they see that either will appreciate long term or that will be stable. XLM, for example, is incredibly stable right now, and therefore, I know quite a few people have converted their USDC or their stablecoin holdings into XLM. But you could choose any cryptocurrency. So rather than withdrawing their funds, people are just converting it to other cryptos, not stablecoins. So that's part of the reason I think why we're seeing a bounce in the market. We don't know what's going to happen till Monday, but this slight little bounce that we're experiencing now, this slight recovery, this is probably because people are running to altcoins or Bitcoin as a store of value, whilst stablecoins are in complete disarray. No one knows what to do. No one knows. We don't know what the hell's going to happen. Knowledge is power. Thank you for the TikTok, buddy. I appreciate that support. Thank you very, very much. Craig, welcome. Good evening. Bitcoin not hit a low. Think that says it all. What do you want to own? Well, this is it. I mean, the market, I've sort of said all along, with FTX, right? FTX really, yes, the market went down, but how much of a dent did FTX really make? It wasn't huge. The FTX collapse didn't do that much damage. Went down to 15.6. We went all the way back up to 25. It was going to take a black swan event, which Silvergate could be, I think, to pull us back down to 15.6. But we've got support at 17 before we get there. We've got support at 19 before we get there. And we've got this support at 19.7 that we've bounced off as well. So it's going to take multiple black swan type events to get us down to scary levels that we haven't been to before. And I've said this in the Discord the other day. I reminded people, if you're in doubt as to where we are in the market, yes, shit right now is getting real. It's getting scary. But look where we are. I mean, just look where we are. Look where we've been. We've been down to 15.6. We could go down a lot lower. The bear market bottom was being predicted at 12. Which would have been around about here somewhere. We are miles away from that. And Silvergate going under has only taken us from, 24k down to 20k. It's wiped off 20% near enough. It's not a big deal when you zoom out. Now, in terms of the implications long term, there's going to be a lot of implications. Like I say, on-ramping's going to be an issue. Crypto corporations need banks and banking, and Silvergate were one of the only friendly crypto banks. So projects will struggle with their banking. Infrastructure is what's going to be the issue. It's not necessarily going to be us selling out. It's going to be the infrastructure of crypto that needs help now. So we need to see what happens and who steps in and how well we do. Hey, Phil, how are you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Never trusted USDC because of the marketing that was pushed. Do you think the bottom's in of money on the side, but think it will be toilet paper soon? I would not be putting lump sums into the market right now. Definitely not. I've been saying all along that this run was more than likely a relief rally within a bear market, because bear markets historically last about as long as we're in, but crypto's never seen a recession before. I also think that there's this gap should have really closed down to 12. So I think 15.6 is the bottom, and I think we will probably retest that at some point. Now, I'm going to carry on DCAing on the way down because I don't mind doing that. I'm holding what I hold long term. Would I put in lump sums? No, not until I start to see some upside again. Thank you for the gifts. Knowledge is power. I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. The collapse of these banks, we've seen the big dip yet. Have we seen the big dip yet? Silvergate going, I think, has had a run. What hasn't had a run is like what happened with FTX. We had other projects go into FUD and go under because of FTX. So we're going to see all of that phase next. We're going to see the phase of other projects fold, and other projects start. People starting to FUD about other projects that were involved with Silvergate. And there are a lot of projects involved with Silvergate in the crypto industry because they were the crypto-friendly bank. They were Silicon Valley. They were big crypto-friendly bank. Binance will be crypto banker. Will Binance be a crypto bank? The US are really attacking Binance. I might have made a little bit of a playful video earlier, just filtering through the stablecoin situations and the very, 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 very vague narratives as I see them. Binance is basically being attacked by the US government. They are really trying to weaken Binance's position as the number one exchange. And I don't know why, because the US don't seem to want crypto adoption anyway. So, the Binance are happy to walk away from the US and not register, so that they can't trade futures, they can't stake. The US just don't seem to want it. And I don't get it, but they still want to seem to take out Binance, and I don't know why. I know that they're very pro Kraken, but Kraken's no good. Ranch, thank you for the TikToks, buddy. I appreciate that support. Thank you very, very much. I've just noticed as well how much you've all been hitting the likes, which is absolutely superb. We've got 37 people back in the room, which is absolutely amazing. So as I said, on the weekly chart, this 19.7 level, we seem to be holding that. If we zoom in, we are sort of seemingly bouncing back up a little bit now on the hourly. And as I said, I think that's because people are putting their money back into other crypto altcoins or Bitcoin, not into other stablecoins, and they're not cashing out. Which I think is really interesting. People aren't willing to give up on crypto. They've almost been forced to buy what they wanted to buy. What they were waiting for a dip on, they've kind of been forced to buy it because they don't trust stablecoins. It's either withdraw your money from crypto or buy the coins that you were holding your stablecoins for. And I think a lot of people are buying the coins that they wanted to invest in long term or trade even. They're not willing to hold the stablecoins, so they're buying other crypto. Crypto.com is solid. I would like to think so. I really do like Crypto.com. I still go back to the fact that Crypto.com were the first to start cutting budgets. They were the first to start cut their staking rewards. They were first to start slashing their spend rewards. They were the first to start making redundancies. They are trying to be financially prudent in this market. They made a hell of a lot of money in the bull run, absolutely no doubt about it, and they spent big. But I think that was money that they had in the bank at the time. What they're not willing to do is spend money that they don't have. So I hope Crypto.com are doing just that. I hope that they're being financially prudent with their balance sheets. They're clearly not marketing as heavily as they have been. You can only get the rewards now if you stake thousands and thousands of dollars worth of Crow. So really, they're not losing anything out in that regard anymore. So the token price can take a crash. I think their books can handle that, hopefully. Obviously, I've not seen them, so I don't know, but I'm guesstimating that I think they've been financially prudent, and therefore they should hopefully survive. But we've already seen, we do not know. We don't know what the hell's going on behind closed doors. This is all guesswork that any of us ever do. Ripple will be a crypto bank of the world. Do you know, that's not a bad shout. A lot of people are speculating that Ripple could become a bank. And that would make complete sense with RippleNet. If they want serious adoption worldwide by banks and institutions and governments, Ripple, yes, governments have said they're going to use private enterprise, but what's to say that private enterprise won't become a government bank or an institutional level bank? It's a good shout. USDC holders are buying into altcoins, 100% correct. Yeah, I think so, yeah. USDC is repegging as well. We are seeing it repeg. Which is good, but I think, again, like I say, I'm wondering how much of that is because people are trading it in perpetuals or even just holding it and selling it for a 12% profit. If you bought USDC when it was 88 cents, you're already up 10 cents on the dollar. It's already up like 10, 11%. So you're already in profit on USDC. And those people that were playing the futures game that thought, I think it'll repeg, because USDC can repeg, it just needs a capital injection to do it. So it's clearly repegging. People that took out futures on it are going to trade it. I'm a bit worried that USDC might see a run. As soon as it gets to 99.7 cents, I think we could see a big sell-off run on USDC. And then we'll really test what's happening on it. What do I think about ADA or XRP as safe harbor for long-term holds? For me, I think they're both sound long-term holds, and especially XRP. I'm a big pro XRP fan. Cardano, I never bought or invested in because the 2 years I've been in crypto, they've basically done nothing to encourage me that they're going to grow. This last 6 to 12 months, they've done more. They've announced a couple of stable coins. Interesting timing. Let's see what happens with those. And they've also announced a privacy network. So they are getting more developers to the network as well. So I'm optimistic that we could see Cardano do okay. But I'm not a huge fan of it myself. XRP, I am. Is XRP a safe harbor for long-term holds? Not really. You want to look for the really stable altcoins that don't really have a lot of volatility. I think one of the best in that arena would probably be XLM right now. Phil's just invited the apes to the live, so be prepared, people. There might be a run on the live from the Core Apes community. And anyone that doesn't know, I've bought into a Core Apes Club NFT project. It's a Quorum NFT project, and here they come. How we doing, fellas? Got a Matt Damon. Gary Perry, welcome. Let's go. Matty, let's go. Matic, I absolutely love. Do you know what's funny though? I sold Matic at 90 cents. And I sold it to buy other altcoins that had a better return. I sold it. Matic went to $1.50. Was I wrong? No. Because what I spent my money on did a 2 or a 3x. I made more money on small caps. So I absolutely love Matic, but I'm a more realistic investor now. I will look for potential room for growth and the maximum ROI on my investments. And Matic for me delivers at most a 3 to 10 ROI. Not good enough for me. 3x would take it to all-time high. I would allow a 10x because it's been so bullish in the bear market with its development and its partnerships, but not enough. That's a speculative one. Going to their all-time high is only a 3x. Not enough. So I invest in other things, but Matic is amazing. It is the best layer 2, the top king layer 2. I do believe that they're going to be challenged quite strongly by Arbitrum within the next year or two. Arbitrum is already taking over the DeFi space, and it doesn't have its own token. So it's a network that's very, very interesting, because if they don't ever launch a token, then it's truly decentralized. No one's got overriding power within it. It's run by a couple of companies that will just make money out of the general trading fees on ETH. There's no token to manipulate. There's no VCs to pay off. Arbitrum's very interesting right now. And of course, if they do launch a token, then hopefully I've done that much trading in Arbitrum, I'll get a massive airdrop. I saw on Twitter a guy who bought USDC 1 million at 88 cents. Crazy risky, but he's now 120k up. It's insane. Any major US bank taking on SVB? There was another one, wasn't it? I want to say Side something, but I can't remember. There is another bank that's almost been lined up to take over from Silvergate, but I don't think they'll be as crypto friendly. Silvergate was incredibly crypto friendly. Quorum I absolutely love. Quorum, obviously their mainnet launches on the 24th of March. I have held XRP, Solo, and Core all through their airdrops because it is a community-owned token. The only people that were airdrop tokens were holders of XRP and then Solo and then Core. So if you weren't supporting the XRP or XRPL community, you didn't get drop tokens. You can buy them on the open exchanges now. However, it's going to cost you. Now, Quorum is a third-generation Layer 1 blockchain on the XRPL. It is migrating to its own Layer 1 mainnet, and it's going to have Sologenic DEX, which is already trading on XRPL, migrate to its own network. Right now, the market cap is not showing on CoinGecko, so let's go back over to here. So Quorum, I'm really bullish on. Like I say, it's a Layer 1 third generation blockchain. It's in the XRPL community. It's very, very widely respected. There's another massive airdrop coming out on the snapshots taken on the mainnet launch date. We've got the Core Apes Club. Respect to the guys in the house. I know I can see your PFPs in here. Core Apes Club are the actual NFT project for Quorum for their mainnet launch. The team were approached by Quorum and they were asked to launch an NFT. The guys are being flown out to LA to speak at the launch. Everything. Core Apes NFT has got a really good use case as well because there's only 32 validators allowed on Quorum network at any one time, and the Core Apes Club have basically access to that validator node. They share it in the XRPL community with another project, and we will be getting a slice of the rewards from that validator node. So anyone who doesn't know what a validator node is, it literally validates the transactions on the network. So therefore, as long as Quorum is processing transactions, that validator node will earn a reward. It's like you stake so many tokens to support the network, obviously help fund and run the node. You get an APR back from that, and that will come back out to the NFT holders. And there's going to be more utility as well, apparently. Now, I'm quite happy just to receive those validator rewards, but if there's even more to come, I'm quite excited. I can't wait to see what the guys are doing. They've dropped some, clips about, some previews of the artwork, and it looks insane. I think the project's only been listed on the whitelist for 6 days, and they're nearly sold out. So it's going to be really exciting. Let's have a look. Hey Ranch, how are we doing, buddy? Good to see you. Let's just go through some of these comments. When will DOT go up? DOT will go up when the market goes up. The thing is with DOT, it really hasn't had much of a run. So for me, I think when the market starts going up, DOT's run up is going to be quite aggressive. Let's go on to the weekly. I do like the weekly charts these days. This shows you the position of DOT, okay? Now, DOT in the last bull run got up over $50, and it had no ecosystem. Nothing. Zip. Nada. $54. It's now $5.40. It's literally 90% of its all-time high. It could come down lower. It has been down lower. We have seen it down here. We saw it down here under $4. But at the end of the day, $54, no ecosystem. It's now got a fully developed ecosystem. The parachains are all deployed. They're all working on the relay. And I think there's some beastly projects in DOT that will do the ecosystem very, very well. So for me, Polkadot, I'm holding this long term, of course. I've got a lot of it stacked up in the parachain auction, so it's going to unlock in about another 12 months or so. And then I'm free to do it as I please. And to be fair, I'm going to hold it until the bull run, because I'm expecting these prices and then some. Very, very bullish on DOT. Bank of England has a connection with SVB. It doesn't surprise me. I mean, the Silvergate Bank were, I think it's the second biggest bank in America, and they were in obviously Silicon Valley. They had, they weren't a small bank. They were a huge international player, and I think it's the second. Is it the second biggest bank? I think it's the second biggest bank in America. I think it's the second biggest American bank to go under, and it's the biggest bank failure since 2008 in the US. So it's pretty big. Can you rally connect your ledger without withdrawing to a snapshot? I don't know about the ledger and the snapshot. My Quorum tokens have been airdropping into my Zoom wallet all along. I haven't had to move them at all. What's the prerequisite of getting the airdrop? Okay, so the airdrop for Quorum, they're basically dropping 150 million tokens. This snapshot on the 24th, they'll snapshot holders of XRP, Solo, and Quorum. XRP and Solo holders will get something called X-Core, though. So there's 50 million X-Core tokens, 25 to XRP holders, 25 to Solo holders. Those are basically token options. So you'll drop those, and you'll be able to sell them if Quorum goes above $10 for 20 days. So if Quorum goes above $10 for 20 days, you can cash those in. Whereas core holders will get their 100 million drop between them. And you'll be free to do with them whatever you want, but they will be dropped in 4 stages. So for more detail on that, I suggest you go and follow Quorum on Twitter, or if you're in the Core Apes Club, I know that they've posted a link to the Medium story post from Quorum in their Discord as well. So all the links for that are in my bio as well. How much do you get from the airdrop? It depends upon how much you hold. It will literally be a snapshot of your Quorum holdings, etc., and then it will be split between everyone that's set up holds XRP, Solo, or Quorum in their wallets and have connected and set up the trust lines. They will be snapshotted. I do think you have to have it in your Trust wallet or your Zoom wallet or your Solo DEX. They're not going to be taking snapshots on exchanges. I don't think any exchanges are adopting snapshots right now. Where do you store your Glimmer? Tried on Ledger, but it wouldn't put it on the app. I actually don't store much Glimmer at all. I stake all of mine on the collator service, so mine is all staked near enough. So I'm only, whilst the value of Glimmer is going down at the moment, like everything else, I'm still stacking up good numbers of Glimmer every day. So yeah, I think you can get it onto your trust line, your trust wallet. I don't know how. I really don't. I've just held mine on MetaMask, and I've just used the delegated service to stake it on their website. Mark, how are we doing, buddy? Good to see you. I hope you're very, very well. How do you buy the NFT? You have to go to their Discord and fill in the Google form, Vanfish. So if you want to check that out, hop into their Discord. There's a link in my bio up in the top right there. I installed Solo Decks, connected the wallets, added the XRP. Is this enough to receive the airdrop? Daz, it actually isn't. No. What you also need to do, you need to set up a trust line. So if you've got two options. You can Google Xcore Trust Line setup, and it should take you to XPL Trust Lines. You can set up and connect your wallet through there. Or you can go on to, I know Crypto with Leo's done a very good guide on it again, like it used to. Again, he's posted the link for that. It'll be in his TikTok links, or you can follow the link to the Core Apes Club Discord from my links, again, top right. And then you can find his Quorum article in there. But yeah, you need to set up a trust line as well. So it's not good enough just to have your tokens in Zoom Wallet or on your Trust Wallet or on Solo Decks. You do need to set up these trust lines as well. With all the stable coins going down, is XRP settlement going to give a safe place for people to hold? Speculatively, Mark, I would say that's a possibility. I do think at the moment no one trusts stablecoins. So what we're seeing at the moment is we are seeing people spend these stablecoins. They've got a choice. They can either change it to another stablecoin, and as per one of my videos earlier, the big players in stablecoins have all got certain issues, whether it's trust, liquidity, or whatever. But we're seeing a bounce up in the market now, and I think that's because people are spending. They're changing their stablecoins into safe haven cryptos, whether that's XRP, XLM, Bitcoin. It's up to them. I would choose whatever's the most stable. XLM's pretty stable. Certainly wouldn't be anything that's getting hacked. So it wouldn't be Algo, wouldn't be HBAR, wouldn't be Solana. It would be something that's safe, secure, and stable. Right then, folks, let's check in on the time. Right, I am running slightly over. I started late, but that's not an excuse. So I've got a couple of minutes, and I have to wind it up, folks. What do I think of Filecoin? Very, very good project. The biggest and best data storage solution out there at the moment, in my opinion. If I was to buy data storage, though, I would look for its next best competitor with a lower market cap. That's just the way I roll. Not financial advice. It's literally what I do. Akala was one of my absolute biggest holdings. I was incredibly bullish on Akala, but then they suffered an exploit, and it showed just how bad sometimes these governed projects can be. It took weeks, if not months, for them to sort that exploit out, and all the time the volume just kept plummeting, and I was holding the bag. Akala is a fantastic project. I personally was massively bullish on it. I still think it's good. But the fact that they had this exploit, which was just a basic error encoding in one of the pools, really let it down. So I've lost faith in that. But I am still in other projects around it, like Parallel, Interlay. I'm still into those. Still waiting for your Flare from Coinbase. Yeah, Flare was a massive, massive issue with exchanges. ICP is going up. Let's have a look. Who's investing in ICP? Let's have a look. So yeah, ICP is following the market. It looks like people are basically buying some of those. I really like ICP long term. I think the technology is worth a prospective investment, and I do hold quite a lot of ICP. I don't expect this to do magnificent things in the short term. ICP, you are speculating that the technology is good and that it will be adopted. Because if it isn't adopted, it's going to be worth nothing. Right then, folks, I am going to wind it up there. I really want to thank you for your time. Thank you for smashing those likes. Core Apes Club, it's a pleasure to have you in. Anyone interested in learning about that project, the link is in my Discord. It's up in my bio in the top right corner. Go check it out. As I said, they're nearly minted out on the whitelist. There's only 1,589 NFTs available, and they get you a slice of the Validate Node rewards. So please do go to check that out. I think it's one of the best use cases of an NFT, really, in terms of general crypto at the moment that's available. So, as I said, it's the official NFT project of the Quorum network. So go and check that out. They are going to be heavily backed by the Quorum team and indeed the Sologenic team as well. So go check that out, and I hope to speak to you all again soon.